Thank you for accepting this commission, and welcome to Kuamar. For the past 20 years, it has been controlled by two people, President Omar al-Bakr and his wife, Bibi Rashida. Their regime is both cruel and brutal, but we saw no reason to interfere. Till now. We have actionable intel Kuamar is planning an offensive against a neighboring state. A war here is unacceptable. It will disrupt the whole region, inflating global oil prices. The conflict was triggered by the assassination of President al-Bakr. His wife has taken power, but her grip is weak. Some within her government resent both her gender and Western education. However, she's supported by a close network of warlords. They provide troops and weaponry to Rashida, reinforcing her control and preventing open revolt. The regime is financed by the hacker and crypto-anarchist, Lars Hellstrom. Wanted by multiple agencies, he threatens governments, rigs elections, and holds corporations to ransom. Together, they are the masterminds behind this offensive. We need you to shut them all down. We also have a friendly in country, Taj Tahir, a journalist and the son of one of Rashida's few political opponents. He disappeared after being arrested on espionage charges. Find him. Kuamar's terrain is both arid and mountainous, so getting close to a target may not be possible. We know you're a long-shot specialist, so this shouldn't be a problem. Your new gear should help, especially the prototype visor. It has an enhanced battlefield display and a direct comms link to me. Rashida and her allies cannot be allowed to ignite the region. Her war must be stopped. I'll be in touch. How's the heat there, Raven? It's time to get familiar with your weapons and gear. The tactical visor we supplied provides a live feed from your scope. It's equipped with an advanced combat display. You'll be able to scan terrain as well as tag and track hostiles. We've also given you some extra tools. We'd prefer it if you didn't break them. I'll run through their features on our live fire range. Once you're happy, we can move on to the mission itself. To your biometrics. There's a training rifle ahead by the OP. Pick it up and let's begin.
Roger that, Control.
Take a prone position to stabilize your base. Switch on your binocular display to enable hostile tags. Tag the target straight ahead. You're 12 o'clock. Tagging hostiles will give you their range and keep track of their movements. Your scope also allows you to measure range to targets. Go to glass and see for yourself. The upper left quadrant in your scope is a rangefinder. The target's height on that scale indicates their distance from you. It'll change according to your zoom ratio. Focus on your breathing. Splash this target. Aim for the head. Hit. Go for the next one. Next target, you're 12, 300 meters. I know you're used to doing the maths for range, wind speed and direction in your head, but we've saved you some time. Adjust for range and use the bullet drop curve to line the shot up. Check the distance and wind direction. Go for a headshot. Miss. Remember, align the wind curve with the distance. Good. Raven, find your next target. Adjusting your scope to target's range will improve accuracy. I've marked the distance for you. Set your scope elevation to 400. By calibrating your scope properly, you won't have to manually adjust your aim up or down to compensate for the distance and bullet drop. Good. Splash 4 more now. There's plenty of ammo. Restock or reload when you need it. I know you're a marksman, but use your binoculars to tag hostiles before taking the shot. It'll give you distance to target to zero your scope. Excellent. First target down. more to go. Not bad. One more to go. Your scope is zeroed now. We can move on to the next stage of familiarization. Head to the door behind you. Move through the door to the next area. We have some additional kit to familiarize yourself with. First up, Falcon drone. Pick it up. Select it from your inventory. Now launch it.
The Falcon can see when you can't. There are 2 enemies behind that metal wall ahead. Locate and tag them with the drone. It has a limited battery life, but will recharge when holstered. Call it back.
The drone can hack CCTV boxes. We're looking into possible upgrades later. There's a CCTV access point in the building below. Send the drone in and hack it.
That interference is caused by a jamming tower. You're likely to encounter more of them during your missions. They're heavily armored, so don't try to destroy them.
Just keep the drone out of their jamming range. Your mask's hood will indicate when you're close to one. Thankfully, their heavy armor does limit signal range. Use the drone to find an alternate route to the CCTV box.
Hacking one access point gives you control of all the cameras connected to it. It also prevents them detecting your presence out. Any hostiles you spot on camera will be tagged in your hood too. That's handy. You're up to speed on the drone now. There's another piece
Of kit on the table. Have a look. These auto turrets sync with your hood. You still need to mark hostiles for the turret manually, but it can then fire at your command. Once placed, you set it up via your mask's binocular mode. Activate that and focus on the hostiles you tag with the drone. Then you need to mark them for your turret. Remember, turret marking is separate from your binocular tagging. Exit binocular mode and command the turret to fire. Once marked, you can execute the fire command anytime.
done with gear familiarization. One thing I should mention, you can use the turret's inbuilt camera for overwatch, or use it to execute simultaneous shots, if needs be. Also, the turrets are under constant development. We may be able to upgrade them later. That's all the new gear covered. We have a spot set up to test special ammo, too. Or you can head straight out. There's a truck waiting in the back.
Raven, I'm sure you know, the record for the longest sniper kill belongs to a Canadian Special Forces operator. During the Iraq War, he hit a target over 2 miles away. Today's mission won't need you to hit anything that far, but it's still going to be a challenge. This operation is designated Cold Bore Zero. We're dropping you onto a plateau located within range of all 3 targets. Your window of opportunity is small, so hit and move. The first target here is Antoine Zaza, Rashta's favorite warlord and quartermaster. The Zaza clan are arms dealers alongside other criminal enterprises. Eliminate him and the Kuamari government will struggle to equip their militias. Your second target is a disgraced SAS officer, Captain Ronald Payne. He's in charge of the Army's tactical training and currently stationed at one of their boot camps. Your third target is Colonel Fyodor Novikov, a Russian GRU agent sent here to control logistics and supply. Removing these actors from the board will seriously hamper Rashida's plans. Stay sharp. I'll be in contact when you arrive on site.
Control, do you read? This is Raven.
Roger, Raven. What's your status?
I've exited the helo, and I'm commencing recon of the plateau.
Intel indicates light foot patrols and some forward observation posts only. Proceed with caution and reach the sniper hides with little opposition.
Understood.
The plateau will provide you with 3 OPs which overlook each target location. It should give you a good line of sight on any hostiles.
Sounds like a piece of cake. Except for the range, and with no spotter.
I'm confident you won't miss. It's one of the reasons we picked you.
No pressure then.
Let me know when you've reached the first OP.
Roger that. Raven out.
Still looking.
The rest of the patrol, where are they?
Coming to kill you.
Not if I kill them first.
Control, this is Raven with a sit rep.
Roger, Raven. Go ahead.
I'm heading for the OP overlooking the port.
Good. We just received some fresh intel on Zaza. He may be conducting a deal today. Our sources tracked a known weapons supplier crossing the border earlier and heading on the main road to that location. If we're lucky, you'll catch them both.
Do you have anything on the supplier's ETA?
Negative. But one of the locals may have more info. Look for a hostile stationed near one of the comms relays. I'm sure they've heard the chatter.
I probably won't be asking him nicely.
How you do it is up to you.
Patrol, do you read? This is Raven.
Roger, Raven. What's your status?
I've exited the helo, and I'm commencing recon of the plateau.
Intel...
sure you know, the record for the longest sniper kill belongs to a Canadian Special Forces operator. During the Iraq War, he hit a target over 2 miles away. Today's mission won't need you to hit anything that far, but it's still going to be a challenge. This operation is designated Cold Bore Zero. We're dropping you onto a plateau located within range of all 3 targets. Your window of opportunity is small, so hit and move. The first target here is Antoine Zaza, Rashta's favorite warlord and quartermaster. The Zaza clan are arms dealers alongside other criminal enterprises. Eliminate him and the Kuamari government will struggle to equip their militias. Your second target is a disgraced SAS officer, Captain Ronald Payne. He's in charge of the Army's tactical training and currently stationed at one of their boot camps. Your third target is Colonel Fyodor Novikov, a Russian GRU agent sent here to control logistics and supply. Removing these actors from the board will seriously hamper Rashida's plans. Stay sharp. I'll be in contact when you arrive on site.
Control, do you read? This is Raven.
Roger, Raven. What's your status?
I've exited the helo, and I'm commencing recon of the plateau.
Intel indicates light foot patrols and some forward observation posts only. Proceed with caution, and you should reach the sniper hides with little opposition.
Understood.
The plateau will provide you with 3 OPs which overlook each target location. They should give you a good line of sight on any hostiles.
Sounds like a piece of cake. Except for the range, and with no spotter.
I'm confident you won't miss. It's one of the reasons we picked you.
No pressure then.
Let me know when you've reached the first OP.
Roger that. Raven out.
Go look in that cart over there. I'll search these. I have a good feeling about them.
Found anything?
Still looking.
The rest of the patrol. Where are they?
Coming to kill you.
Not if I kill him first.
I'll never tell you where those supplies are.
No reason to keep you alive, then.
Patrol, this is Raven with a sit rep.
Roger, Raven. Go ahead.
I'm heading for the OP overlooking the port.
Good. We just received some fresh intel on Zaza. He may be conducting a deal today. Our sources tracked a known weapons supplier crossing the border earlier and heading on the main road to that location. If we're lucky, he'll catch them both.
Do you have anything on the supplier's ETA?
Negative. But one of the locals may have more info. Look for a hostile stationed near one of the comms relays. I'm sure they've heard the chatter.
I probably won't be asking him nicely.
How you do it is up to you.
Control, it's Raven. I'm in position above the port.
Copy that. Plan your shots carefully. Zarza's likely to run if you miss.
So no alarms?
Well, not before Zarza is dead at least.
Control, I have eyes on the primary target.
Confirmed. That's Antoine Zarza.
At this distance, it's not gonna be easy, even with all this fancy new gear.
Agreed, but the basics don't change. Get him stationary to improve your odds.
I'll line him up somehow.
Good luck. Send when ready.
If I can get Zarza into his office, I'll have a clean shot.
Any thoughts on that?
I see some maintenance men on the roof. Looks like the ventilation system.
He must have paperwork he'd want to protect from a small blaze, right?
that? We have a short circuit in the fire protection system. Are you saying there's water all over my equipment? The sprinklers are activated, so... What the fuck? People, all my tech will be fucked! Do something! We're trying to turn it off.
Shit. I have no line of sight on the target. Blocked by a container.
Can it be moved?
From here? Maybe.
Hello. Hello, Matt. Is that Matt? Hello, my friend. Yeah, not so bad. No. I've been awake for a couple of hours. I was expecting your call, so I cooked myself. I had a good night's sleep last night. Well, yeah, I had a fairly good night's sleep last night, so I just, I went to bed early, but yeah. Yeah. Well, it is what it is. It's still the same, but obviously, I'm getting used to it now, so I'm just sort of like, just going with the flow, mate, It is, mate, it is. Well, it's World War III, mate, as anybody, and no one, until we really, obviously, overstepped that line, but we've already overstepped. Well, we haven't, but obviously it's going that way, and that's exactly where it's going. And they've been poking the bear. They've been poking the bear. They've been poking the bear for so long now, and well, I also think I just think it's just the next thing. It's worse. It's going to be exactly the same as Afghanistan. And the only difference with Russia is that Russia's not a third world country. Yes, I'm still here. Yeah, I said that. I was saying that. The only difference with Russia to Afghanistan and all that is that it's not a third world country. That's why so many. Yeah. Hello. Oh God. Can you hear me? Yeah. No worries, mate. Yeah, go on. Fucking phone. You got a pain in the arse, man. Oh yeah. Come on, Matt. Is that better? Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you fine. Yeah, it's just because I've moved. You see, I've moved home. I've moved accommodation, so it might be the signal around here. It's not. Because it's just more support, like, you know, because obviously they were going to put me in a normal flat, but I need more than that, because obviously I've got a lot of I've just got lots on that in this. Well, I'm a lot happier here, but it's just it's just obviously still can't have anybody around and stuff like that, but it is what it is. And I've got my slot in for me singing, a 2-hour slot a day, because obviously I was singing the other day and I didn't have me microphone and all that set up. I just had me headset on and that, and I was singing, and it wasn't on an unsociable time. It was a Sunday. So I'm like, and I got a complaint. So I was like, you know what, I'm only flipping singing, and I know, this is it, and I was like really quite baffled by it. But there you go. But they said that you can have 2-hour slot now, Will. So it's like, I felt like saying, all right, mum, no worries, but I didn't, I didn't want to push me that. So I thought, I'll be. Yeah, so I'll be amicable. Yeah, so yeah. But I went to the park. Yes, I went to the park the other day. I actually just got my bag and me headset and that, and I actually sat at Freedom Fields, and I sat in the middle of the park. And 3 dogs, whilst I was singing, their owners were like walking their dogs. It was just loads of dogs down there. And cut long story short, they just basically, these 3 dogs just sat in front of me, waggling their tails whilst I was singing, and then their owners came over and just said that's never happened. That's just so bizarre. And I said, well, I don't see regularly people singing in the park. But she said it was just amazing, just the way they just came across, put their balls down, and just sat right in front of me. It was just really bizarre. And I was just like that, and the sun came out. My arse was completely wet because I'd actually sat in my bag that had my bottle of water in it, and I just literally I'm totally didn't realise yet. I was oh no, because I was like, my arse is all wet. What was that? And then I just stayed up there till about I think it was about 6:30. Got home about 7 o'clock. It went dark and that. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Well, I just, I was only planning to go out for a couple of hours, because it was like 4 o'clock, and I just wanted to sing. And I was like, well, sod it. I can be as loud as I like in the bloody park. No one's going to tell me off there. And I'm not, I'm not doing any harm. I don't have any me busking set and all that. But yeah, no. Yeah, I can only sing. It's my voice. That's it. I can't play any instruments, unfortunately. But that is my instrument, my voice. Because honestly, I'm without being I'm not like saying I'm some kind of star, but I have gone out in Plymouth and actually stood in town for 2 hours and got 30 quid from doing 2 hours singing, and I did that daily before I couldn't do it. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. No, it is. Because there's always a different style I want to do to the song, or. Yeah. That's a fair one, mate. It's a fair one. That is a definite fair one. Yeah. It's a straight one. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's just that it was just basically, as you say, just something to outlet than something negative, or something that I would in my younger years would have done, would have just gone down the kind of blame everybody else except, do you know what I mean? The old way, just but I'm not like that now. I'm sort of more like, well, okay, there are times when I can be a bit of an arrogant prick, and an arsehole. But most of the time, that only time I am an arrogant prick and an arsehole is when something's hammered to myself. Do you know what I mean? I go on a self-destruct. I know I see it as well, and I do see, but I don't know how to. I've never known any other way. So I've always, in the end, I've always made myself, because I always think I can always get myself back on my feet. Yeah. Well, I always think I can always get myself back on my feet, because I used to be able to, Matt. You know, I used to be able to just to go like, all right, you know, where I lay my hat, that's my home kind of attitude and that. But yeah, but it's just not like that anymore, because obviously, you know, times have changed, and also what yeah, yeah, that's a bit difficult when you're really kind of like got no kind of like safety net, if you know what I mean, as such.
Yeah, that's when it, you know, can hit you really hard. That's when doubt can come in, and then almost.
Yeah.
It's going to affect you, you know, if you're not headstrong, then, you know, very damaging. But also in your case, when you've got disability, there's some pain which other people can't see.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
This choice is hard for you.
No.
Just keep up, let alone, do you know what I mean?
Well, I'm putting a face on each time, mate. I'm putting a face on, you know, I know, because obviously I'm not a quitter. You know, I could go and I could just go off and, you know, probably go and grab myself a bottle of booze or something, you know, drown my sorrows, so to speak, or I'll go and do something stupid or whatever, blah, 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 all that jazz, and I haven't, you know, for a whole bloody year. And I'm not expecting, I'm not saying I'm going to either, but do you know what I mean? It's just like, I have felt a little bit like neglected, in you know, from yourselves and that, because far from it, but from certain people that I would have thought would have, you know, helped me or not left me in this kind of situation. Mainly benefits and council and doctors as well, medical side as well. It's been absolutely disgusting, mate, to be fair, to be honest. Well, yeah, no. No. Oh, dear. It's not, though, is it? That's what I mean. Where's that gone? Yeah. I'm just waiting for that little extra trigger. Oh yeah. Mm. And that's tough for anyone, especially when the people have got problems or you can't get anything from the chest. You know, this, that, and the other, and you think, well, you know, is there any help just out there? Well, I got conned, mate, as well. I got conned as well because obviously, in regards of the regards of the benefits and all that, but because of my situation, the people took advantage of that situation. It got worse for me, and then instead of being there like, they took advantage. Oh look, as soon as I started losing everything, I couldn't even keep hold of anything else, and it just all started going through me. And that it was like, you know, me seeing my daughter, and then having, you know, she sort of pressing the buttons slowly but surely, and then me biting, obviously, because that was my downfall. But I just had enough, you know, because I'd had so much. And I said, like, I'm only human at the end of the day, and at the same time, but I was, you know, as Carly said, you know, I was sort of badgering myself, and I do realise that, but I didn't know. Because I know that I could see it happening, but I couldn't do nothing about it, and because I couldn't fix it there and then, it just made it worse. You know what I mean? And then, obviously, I started kind of like, you know, that's because I needed someone there, and I never really had that before. But I've never really had to have that before. well, I've got to say, look, I can't actually do this. I'm fucked. I can't, you know, and I really don't know where to go, what to do, what to say, how to say it, because I'm full of anger and all those horrible things as well. Because obviously I don't like being horrible. Far from it. I really don't. I'd rather, if I, you know, yeah. Yeah, it's just what I said to Kat, you know, and then but obviously it's been a year and she's still, and, you know, I've seen Bryony since then, you know, on 2 occasions. What the first occasion was, she was right in front of me, like, you know, like a foot away from me, but she didn't look up. She didn't know I was there, and I sort of looked straight at Kat, and Kat walked out the shop with my daughter. And then there was another instance when I was in Aldi getting my shopping. And it's just bizarre. It was on a Sunday, and I turn, and my daughter sees me, and she goes, "There's my dad." He goes, "Dad," and then Kat, you know, just stands right in front of her, and goes, "No, it's not. It's not your dad." Yeah. And I was like, yeah, and I was just like, you know, I didn't react. I didn't. Well, obviously, when I got home, I reacted. Well, you know, I cried and just went, you know, I just cut. Yeah, mate, yeah, it is, yeah, it is. She's just like, that's what I mean. It's just like, you know, she's just literally like, and I said, I haven't even spoken to her for a year. I haven't spoken to her for a year. And I, you know, I have apologised for, you know, but at the same time, you know, I obviously didn't, you know, it took a text message, and that's how, you know, that's how I couldn't even, because I didn't want to have this kind of like conflict with her. And as I can see, it's just like, it's just you know, because it's like, this is what she wanted from the beginning, from day one, and that's the truth, Matt. I know that sounds, you know, she wanted this from day one. The only reason she didn't do it the first time is because the guy that she went with was not allowed to be around children, and social services was involved. But I did that. I did all of that. I had to go through, like, you know, because obviously I'm a single man as well, given a daughter. That's very not unheard of, you know, and that's not being, you know, it is very unheard of, and I did that. But then they just waited for me to fail, and then, you know, obviously I did fail because of what was going on, the situation that it just went into, and that was just like, you know, I was, you know, pulled in between 2 pillars and a post, and I really was, you know, with not only my other 2 daughters and my other ex, you know, and the pandemic. Yeah. Oh no, but I'm just trying to give you an outline. No, absolutely no. Sorry, I'm not. You know, sorry. Yeah, it just gives you like a kind of, all it was, yeah. No, I don't. No.
It's awful when things go wrong, because we all look at ourselves and think, well, what can we do to make it better? Where did we go wrong?
Yeah.
Sometimes we're all to blame, but unfortunately, sometimes when you try and fix things, it can make it worse.
Yeah, well, that's just it. That's what I'm trying to say, but I just obviously, yeah. No, I don't expect that. Matt, because that would be patronising me, and I know that. Yeah, but I would know that anyway myself, because I'm not, you know, I'm not telling myself how to suck eggs. But obviously, if I don't say it out loud, because I'm not a person that writes things down and stuff like that, I never have been. I've always been an expresser of, like, you know, I say it as it is. You know, I do know what it is and that and everything else. I do know sometimes my flaws, because obviously I've had counselling, I've had all that. It's just obviously I got to a point where, like, you know, I'd exhausted every single thing, you know, and I mean everything, and obviously for other people, and then left myself with nothing. And that's what I mean. That's and I know that, but obviously, it's just, but that it still isn't fair. That it should be still a balance. I should be. I'm not a danger to my child. The way I'm being treated is like I'm a, you know, like I'm some kind of, you know, just a bad person, really, basically, just to put it bluntly, without being too detailed. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, you can briefly explain. Yeah, please. Yeah, yeah.